Hey everyone, here's our iteration release video for the product marketing group for digital experience for February 9th. I'm going to hand this over to Tina to share a screen and we can kind of go around the room from there.
Thanks. Share. Okay, so I had an issue to add some information about the methodology behind the rankings for each stage. So I created 3 versions of that. One here with a single pop-up, still a spacing note in there, sorry. Another one where each stage would have an individual pop-up where we would show the methodology for a single stage, and then one where the options to see the information is at the bottom and some tabs. In the end, we ended up going with all of the pop-ups, or sorry, all of the stages in one pop-up just for simplicity. And I think Matteo is done working on that. He'll probably show that after in code. I also started some work on the customer case studies. So this is still very much in design world, but I thought it's worth showing where we're going with this. So we're going to update the brand, just update the look and feel. We're probably going to update the the visitor journey on it too. So here's the landing page, a brand new landing page with less emphasis on showcasing a featured case study, because that doesn't necessarily communicate to all of our visitors. And so we're just focusing on some good stats here that leading companies are choosing GitLab. So really focused on companies. And then we have a section here where we can show some featured case studies by some categories. So either by sector, or maybe we want to show business size, enterprise case studies, or small business, just to show the right case studies to the right visitor. Little logo wall here, which was the old request, just to showcase our 70 some odd customers. These are just placeholder logos. Yeah, and then just a standard layout. This is still a work in progress, so this might not be startups for customers with the cards and all of that. We had a meeting with Nicole, who had some great ideas for how to improve this page as well. I'm going to move on. I'm going on and on about this page. And then we would have the page as it is now, without the heading, as another page where we can browse all of the customer case studies. So basically, the other page would be more focused on our customers. And I also started mocking up individual case study page, which I can get to here. We had an analytics meeting, and Dennis provided a lot of insights about this page. I was surprised to hear how well the CTA was doing. In my earlier mock-ups of this, that was gone. I had gotten rid of it, so I put it back in. Thank you, Dennis. So it's all the same information for now. Chandler's working on a new layout, like a new way that he wants to write the case study. So I'm excited to see that. So for now, for this iteration, I just took the content as is, added another free trial kind of sticky thing here that would show up in a timely manner. Yeah, and that's it. Oh, there's some design issues here, but anyways, you get the idea. And lastly, I created a new solutions page for startups. Here it is. All of the content here has been updated in a Google Docs. So I will be working on applying those copy updates and sending this to engineering probably tomorrow. That's it for me. That was long. Sorry, guys. Just gonna pick Matteo.
Thank you, Tina. I'll share my screen. All right. So I have a couple of things to show. First, I worked on the open source page. This is the new page. It's already merged. It's using the new site nav that we refactored. And yeah, this is it. Then there is the open source partners page. That one is also now complete. Then I had the synopsis page, which is finally merged. This one was carrying on for a couple of iterations, but the content was finalized and it is now live. And also had a couple of issues here on the DevOps tool page. It was adding a couple of links. One leads to the competition page, and then this one opens the pop-up that Tina was mentioning that talks about the ranking methodology. And that's it for me. Next one, Heavy.
Thanks, Mateo. Oh, my hoarseness. Well, this iteration I was sick. Also died in terms of, oh God, dang. In terms of stomach, food poisoning was not fun. Otherwise, this iteration I worked on a couple of house cleaning for small issues across the board. So one was swapping AWS partners to rebrand post GitLab content. Another one was distorted logos on solutions page, some UI updates for the DevOps tools. I added a feature for the competition page so that like when a stage is selected, that header would switch out, which I can show in a sec. And I'm also working with redirecting old versus pages as well as trying to get them to source to our competition pages. Right now, I'm going to share my screen in terms of the small enhancement I made. Let me share my screen. I'm talking about this guy. So when you switch, it becomes that instead of being the, before it was just like the other title. So now it's that. That's it for me. Pass it to Margaret.
Yep. So for this iteration, I worked in updating the. I'm actually gonna share my screen. Updating the open source join page. I'm gonna share that. Oop. Can you guys see my screen? So this is the open source join page. I created this page based on some of the components that Mateo created and reworking some of the components that we already had. So so this is one of the components that Mateo created, and yeah, added some new content to it. And this form section. So this form, we decided to keep the iframe as is and work on the design and the next iteration. And the frequently asked questions section. And this is pretty much for this page. I also worked on fixing the case studies card, like the clickable area of the card. So instead of just being the image, now is the entire block. Those two MRs are already in code review, so there's hopefully can be merged today. And I think that was it for my iteration. I think that's it for the list. Oh, sorry.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone.